different energy, right?
Here's another episode of the Miller Experience. We got another classic episode for you guys today. I'm your host, Excalibur, also my co-host, Victor. But before I introduce my guest, I just want to thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. We're currently at 933 subscribers, and we also on Spotify. Make sure you check out the Miller Experience on Spotify. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I told you, we got another classic guest today, special guest. You guys know I'm real big into wrestling as a kid. Just last month, we had the Cape Crusader itself, Bruce Wayne's on the show. Today, my guest, he's from Vega Alta, Puerto Rico, the enchantment of Puerto Rico, the international star. He's the sexiest man alive. He's also trained under the legendary WWE tag team group, the Dudley Boys, Dvon Dudley. He wrestled all over the United States, Puerto Rico, Colombia, and this year he's going to Japan. My guess, he will beat his opponent ass and then steal his girl at the same time with a nice smile. My opponent is the Puerto Rican Shawn Micheals, a.k.a. El Papichulo. What's up, brother?
What up, brother, man? First of all, I appreciate the introduction, but Shawn Micheals, where she was.
Shawn, hey, man, hey, I'm watching some of your stuff, man. And you remind me of Shawn Micheals, man. I'm telling you. I was telling my boy that. I said, yo, his style, his swag, everything reminds me of Shawn Micheals. So I call you the Puerto Rican Shawn Micheals.
Comparison.
Yeah. Oh, Craig came on.
Yeah.
El Papichulo is our boy Craig. He's the other co-host of the show.
What's good? What's good? All right.
Victor, go ahead and kick it off, baby.
All right. So tell me, El Papichulo, tell about your early life growing up and how you got here today.
Man, I'm from Puerto Rico, born and raised there. What got me into it? I started off as a fan, got hooked up as a kid watching it with my grandfather, and man, I got bit by the wrestling bug. Later in my life, after I did certain things, I went through certain stages of my life, then I decided around the pandemic, actually, I gave me a nice little wake-up call. I was like, yo, is this what you want to do or not? You talk like you want to do it. So we started and we haven't looked back. It's been I made my debut going on 4 years now. So hey. When you did it, you did.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So I know a lot of wrestlers are former athletes, played other sports. Did you play any other sports growing up?
I played a lot of sports. I mean, I dabbled in baseball, taekwondo, boxing, things like that. But wrestling was what really took me off.
All right. So what you love about wrestling that got you hooked?
Characters, storylines, how invested I got into it. Just I don't know, man. It was like I guess I assume that's what the Romans must have felt when seeing the gladiators.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, the closest thing to it.
Bit. Yeah.
Craig, got a question?
Yeah, let me ask. And I know you said you were into boxing, and I think you said you stopped at 14, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You stopped boxing at 14. You said you had some heroes. You know, I think it was like Roberto Duran and Hector Camacho, those type guys. Was it Felix Trinidad? so
Miguel Cotto,
wrestling,
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, Cotto's nice. Cotto's nice. So what was it about wrestling that took you away from your heroes as it relates to boxing? I mean, I understand that, you say you got bit by the bug, but what was it? Was it boxing? Was boxing carried over into wrestling?
I think it was more the physical aspect of it. I guess I was just an angry kid, man. I just wanted to hit something. I wanted to throw somebody around. I wanted to. I don't know, man. It's. I went through a few things, just like anybody else does, and I had to to take it out in some form. And when it didn't come to sports, it ended up being something else.
Okay, and your character, Papichulo, where'd that stem from?
He's Shawn Michaels, man. He the heartbreak kid, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only calling myself what I've been called my whole life.
Oh.
Okay.
You know, ladies have been calling me Papichulo my whole life. You see me, you see a Papichulo. You don't need to know the definition of it, but you know it makes sense. You're like, oh, Papi. I might not call you Papi, but I'll call you Papichulo, you know?
Yeah.
It's undeniable, you know. And when I started calling myself that, people thought I was cocky, but at the end of the day, they first start off saying, I don't want to call you that. I'm never going to call you that. And by the end of the day, everybody ends up calling me Papi.
Yeah, it was a brand.
It's a brand, man.
You branded yourself.
I branded myself. But where did the character come from, man? Life experiences. How about that?
Gotcha.
I mean, who here hasn't tasted a little bit of a heartbreak?
We all have. We all have.
Yeah.
Well, something like that happened for this little person to come out.
Hey man, so hey, I'm gonna call you Papichulo. I ain't calling you no Papi, man. First of all, let's go ahead and get that straight.
Start of the meeting. We'll see at the end.
Okay. Hey man, but hey, reading your bio, man, and you linked up with one of the legendary Dudley boys, Dvon Dudley, man.
Right.
How did two-part question? How was it him training you, and how did you link up with him?
So I first started off wrestling for Gangrel, which was also in the WWE. That right there, he taught me everything, all my basics, all my fundamentals, everything. And then I had to move away from Miami, and I had to move up to Orlando for personal reasons. Made my way out here, and you know, I wasn't satisfied with the things that I have learned up to that point. I didn't see myself as somebody who became a master of the basics. I felt like I still needed to train and continue progressing on a day-to-day basis. So I linked up, went to the school, hit up Dvon, and got a nice talking to him. He saw what I can do in the ring, and from there on, you know, training there ever since.
Now, is your goal? I know you say you've been doing this for 4 years. Is your goal to go to the WWE, especially with that connection with Dvon?
My goal is to make it to WWE no matter what.
Gotcha.
You know, no matter what means I have to take. That's my goal. They people who've been there, I'm guessing they went through the same thing. You know, it's a difficult process, but I'm looking forward to it. It's my ambition.
You're in the right location, man. Orlando, man. I believe that's where the training facility is at, right?
Yeah, actually, Dvon School is right behind Full Sail, so about 5 minutes away. So
Hey, I'm gonna be there in July, man. Hey, I'm gonna be there in July, so I want to check you guys out, man. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be in Orlando in July, so hopefully we can get a hook up and man, check you out, bro.
Absolutely.
But check this out, man. March 6th through March 9th, you had the Powwow Festival in Seminole, in the city of Seminole, Florida. Tell me about that, and tell me about your opponent you're gonna be facing in that festival.
I gotta tell my opponent, but since he's not as important as Papichulo, I don't really care. I believe, what was his name? I'm just hoping he has a cute girl. You know?
I saw you talking about taking somebody's girl. You gonna beat them up in the ring and take their girl.
Easy money, like stealing checks.
Yeah.
I love doing it, man. I love putting them through the ringer and making their girl feel some type of way. You're gonna take that? You're gonna take that? And then I'm over here like,
Hey, Papichulo, let me tell you something, man. You take that to the
Shawn
WWE
Michaels.
if you want to. You see some of them chicks in the WWE, and they got some guys. You gonna
Man,
bring the same persona, or you gonna bring that same persona to the WWE that you have right now?
I mean, these are my roots. I'm open to change because I'm always looking to evolve.
Gotcha.
As a person, I should always evolve. But if this is what brings me out there, then that's what's opening the door for me. Doesn't mean I'm gonna have to stay that way my whole life. It just means, this. We'll see the offer they make, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
if there's no offer, then I can't really. I got nothing. Another.
because a lot of wrestlers don't make it because they're not showmen. You understand? So it's all about being able to put on a show. You think you got the gift? You got the goods?
I'm the best damn entertainer you will ever see, no matter what I do.
Hey, man. Vic, you got a question?
Man. You're asking me that? You're seriously asking me that? I know I got what it takes. I know I got what it takes to make it, and I got what I know I got what it takes to thrive in there and become a shark. I am a lone wolf. I am a lion. I will climb that mountain and I will stay up there. It doesn't matter.
There you go. Yeah. You talk about being entertaining. What is it like as a training for wrestling? Because some people just think wrestling's fake. So do you even train?
I don't know what people think that, bro. I mean, I've seen people that think that, and nowadays with all these podcasts and everything, they want to come in the ring. Oh, I want to take a bump to show, see it. Man, as soon as they take that first bump, whoa, what the fuck is this?
You got to be able to take that bump.
They run the ropes. They're sore for a month. Like,
right.
You have to understand, you're hitting ropes that are probably covered in tapes, but they are wires. You're bouncing off of them. You have to develop calluses for it to take on a daily beating like that. It's like everything. It's like when you go to the gym, you pick up the dumbbells, but eventually you get calluses to help you pick up those dumbbells.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all make it look easy, man. Y'all make it look easy. Yeah. That's why people think they can get in there and just do it.
Because we're freaking crazy. What do you think?
Hey, you play football?
Say that again.
Did you ever play football?
Yes, for fun.
So what I was going to ask you was, what's worse, you taking a big hit or you taking a bump on the mat? Getting slammed on the mat.
Thing is, you got 16 games a season, maybe. You get hit a lot in the mat, and it's different because you're one-on-one, or maybe there's a few other people. There's not 16 people where you're lost in the scrimmage. It's just like, and it might get you at a surprise. There's just a lot of things. You're also paying attention to the crowd. The bumps hurt no matter what. You just take them more often.
Right, and you guys are year round as opposed to season.
When you're in football, I know you're trying to kill each other though. There's a big difference. Oh, I'm gonna take this motherfucker. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, but I'm gonna take this guy out for the whole season.
You curse, bro. Yeah, you curse.
You're only thinking about that championship. If you don't win these games, you gotta wait till next year.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it's all or nothing. It's a different mindset.
Man, I hear the ambition in your voice. You stated earlier that you're a lone wolf. Growing up, what gave you that mindset? Do you have any struggles growing up? What gave you that mindset that I'm a lone wolf? I'm gonna make it by any means necessary.
And I had a lot
Especially in
of
Puerto Rico. You know, Puerto Rico, I know Puerto Rico got some hoods and everybody know about for the beautiful beaches, women, and just the weather there. But tell us how you grew up in Puerto Rico.
Man, I grew up in Vega Alta. So, soy un jíbaro. I'm from the monte.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
mostly green outside the cities.
Okay, okay.
I'm not special. Everybody got adversities. It's just a matter of, do you want to stay there and be a part of that, where it's just gonna it's not gonna progress. You're probably gonna end up selling something, trying to fight a corrupt system sometimes, and I don't know. There's just so many things. I had the pleasure of my stepdad being in the military, so when I was young, I got to see more than just the island. From the age of from 6 to 9 or 10. So I got to see Florida. I got to see other places, and that gave me an opening to my mindset. So there's more to life than the island. I came back to the island, and since like I learned to speak English in Louisiana.
Wow.
Yeah, so I
Wow.
was like the only Hispanic one there at the time. So it's like I needed a translator and everything, and it's like only thing learning English was that and subtitles in Disney Channel. I did it
You said
myself.
subtitles
So,
in Disney Channel.
bro, hey, you had to do what you wanted to do to survive, and I wanted to
Yeah,
understand what the hell they were
I
talking
agree.
about.
Right.
So you do what you got to do, and I didn't want to feel left out, because feeling left out, I didn't like
Bad.
it.
Horrible.
So I never stopped feeling left out after that. Coming back to Puerto Rico, I felt left out because now now I kind of forgot my Spanish because I'm too focused on English. Now I'm speaking Spanish. and now, who is this guy? Why is he acting like he's too cute? Why he thinks he's like the shit? I'm like, and I'm just walking, minding my own business in my own little world because I'm used to moving around. I'm used to this life where it's like friends for a little bit, but you just got to move on. I'm like military brat. So it's go to Puerto Rico and we stay there, and that's home. But we stay there, and now they see it a little bit different because I kind of like have the accent of trying to speak English to Spanglish. He thinks he's too cute now, but in Puerto Rico is a whole different story. Now they fight with you in school if they don't like you. Now, now it gets violent. Now it gets violent. But hey, everybody goes through it. It's. I had to learn how to defend myself. I had to learn how to just fight for stupid shit, and just keep progressing. I forgot what the question was.
So I pretty much just asked you, like, what was your man, what did I ask? What was? Okay, you made me. Gotta lose track of what you were saying, man. Hell, let me go to the next question. I lost track. I was so intrigued what you were saying, man.
Growing up in
So
Puerto Rico.
in the intro, I compared you to. I watch your videos. I watch your Instagram, everything. I compare you to a Puerto Rican version of Shawn Michaels, just off your style, how you move, how you communicate with the crowd. It remind me of the younger version of Shawn Michaels. Growing up watching wrestling, who did you admire and who do you actually, kind of pick off when it comes to wrestling?
All right, so first match I watched was with Eddie Guerrero, so definitely hand
Oh
that.
wow, RP legend.
Okay.
The Rock, that microphone skills, brother.
Yeah.
That swagger. I was like, okay, wait a minute. Now I'm intrigued. Now you got my attention. Then we got into Shawn Michaels, and then I could relate. And I'm like, okay, they hate these guys. They hate this guy just because he looks good. He talks because he knows he's good, and he gets hated because, well, he's good, but people can argue that he's not.
Right.
It's like, I'm like, all right. These three characters kind of like stood out to me. I mean, there were a lot more. Obviously, Stone Cold, The Rock, a few Puerto Ricans as well.
Yeah.
Taker.
Yeah,
But
Taker.
it's once I got hooked up and I started watching it back then. You could rent VHS and DVDs, go to the movie store. They had a whole wrestling section. I'm like, I got intrigued. I remember the first two DVDs that I got. It was Armageddon 2000. That was the first time they had like a Hell in a Cell 6-man match.
Yeah.
It was just like every match in there was just crazy. Even the entrance, they had like a wreckage of cars. That's how remarkable it was.
Wow.
Whole wreckage of cars. You just feel like you were walking into Mad Max scene. And I'm like, it was that and the Undertaker's best matches. So I started getting deep into the Undertaker, and man, then I saw the Hell in a Cell with Shawn Micheals, and I was like, what? And then the next match was Hell in a Cell with Mankind, and I was
Oh man, that's a different beast right there.
I'm a fan for life.
Monster.
Hey, I remember my question now, and I'm gonna let Craig ask. So what I was asking you was, growing up in Puerto Rico, like I'm listening to you. You say, you're a lone wolf. You got a mentality. You're gonna make it by any means necessary. Growing up in Puerto Rico, we all know Puerto Rico for the beaches, the women, the weather, everything. But tell us how it was to make you have that mentality growing up in Puerto Rico.
Oh man, it's
because let's be honest. We don't think about that. As Americans, we think of Puerto Rican, we think you got the lifestyle.
So it hit me one day when I was about to get kicked out of a school, middle school, and there was a whole thing going on. They wouldn't let me inside the school, but they didn't technically suspend me. My mom was going crazy. What do you mean they're not letting him into school? My mom went into the public educational board, was trying to figure out what the hell was happening. The principal was right there. She called the principal right in front of the president of the board, trying to figure out what's going on. No, I want my son in school, and if you ain't gonna do it, they brought me into the school. We had a whole meeting, my parents with the principal, and one of the last things that she said was, he's going to end up either selling drugs or getting a girl pregnant.
Wow.
Like, damn, that's your expectation of me? I was like, wow. I got kicked out of that school anyways, right? Then I went on, did different things, came back home, and then she wanted to bring me into the school and show me off after my accomplishments. In my personal life, whatever, that was a different moment. But that right there, that was like, all right, something's got to change in me, because I'm over here doing some petty shit and they doing all this just to take me out, and this is the expectation they have of me. No. So I took a whole 360, changed it around, and did whatever I had to do to just grow. After that, I kind of joined high school, which was for the National Guard. It was a program where I had to live in the National Guard as a cadet, basically. Living the rules, waking up at 4 a.m., military lifestyle, the whole nine works. It was like basic training. Except instead of going to a job, you go to school. And since you finish school, you study, but you study with each other, with all the rest of the students. You're living with each other. It's a whole basic program. So I decided to do that. I mean, you could leave anytime. You could quit anytime, and many did. But I'm not a quitter. I ain't no bitch. You could get kicked out for silly things like getting into a fight. And when there's a lot of testosterone from Puerto Rico, with kids that want to do this kind of thing, they want to get their aggressions out. So it was always I was always put in a pool of sharks. It was always beast trying to eat beast. It was just survival of the fittest. That just made me stronger. I survived. I made my career paths. Things that didn't work out the way I wanted to. Decided, focus on love. That didn't work out the way I wanted to. And now I decided to fully focus on what I've always wanted to do, on what I've concentrated and focused a lot of attention and time into, even as a fan. So when you realize you can do something and it's still available to you and it's still not too late, and you see that you can progress, obviously you can't compare yourself to somebody else because you can't, especially when you're starting off. Like you can't compare the level 1 to a level 50. It's stupid. This person's been doing this a lot longer. He knows things that you're just starting to learn, and if you don't have the ability to learn, you don't have the ability to start learning, then you're not going to progress anywhere in life, especially not in this business. This business, I've had to shut up many times just because I want to learn. It doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. I'll shut up and listen to the critique and analyze it later by myself. But that's just some of the sacrifices that you have to do. Your ego, you have to put it apart. This is a tough business.
I agree.
I
I agree.
understand. Yeah. Yeah. Now tell me, you said lone wolf. Would you ever have a partner?
I've had partners, and it's been
Yeah.
very hard for me to have partners, but luckily it's been partners that have been put there ironically by the grace of God. Like when I was first starting off, I thought I was gonna have after my first match, they closed down the company. I had a match. I don't know if you guys remember the Boogeyman.
Yeah.
But yeah, that dude chased me all over the building, freaking made me eat worms and everything. It was a tragic. I still got PTSD from that. Yeah. Nah, that was my debut. I won my match without throwing a single punch, and the boogeyman decided to just come chasing me. There, bro, but boogeyman.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
that was a moment. After that, I started another company. I thought I was gonna have a singles match, and they brought a guy from Puerto Rico, which was Riviero Rivas, and they said, "Hey, you guys are gonna be in a tag team. Come up with a name." And I'm pretty sure by the way he looked at me and the way he heard the news, he was thinking the same thing I was thinking. I'm here for a singles match. What is
Surprise.
this? And we're over here kind of like not talking, but we have to talk. Okay, so what do you want to call yourselves or ourselves? Like, I, fatal attraction. Fatal attraction. Why fatal attraction? I'm like, because it was my favorite movie growing up.
Man, you talk to his hell, man.
Okay, okay, let's go with that. What music are we using? My dude said Rob Zombie. I'm like, right, but what? Fatal attraction with Rob Zombie?
Yeah.
What? Not making sense here. We're good looking guys. What? Oh, we got the name right. What's going on? A rapper that just so happened to be at the show. Um, he was working on a song and he let us have it because he just liked our energy.
Wow.
So it's like the song was granted right there. We had our own original song from the same artist who created it. They gave us a fatal attraction and we had our first match and we just clicked. And then we as soon as we won that first match, we looked at each other. I'm like, oh shit, this might work. I'm
Yeah.
like, we hugged it out right there. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, let's
All
go.
right. All right.
And I promise you, during the time of Magic City Wrestling Federation, Fatal Attraction, me and Riviero Rivas, we were the top draw over there. Everybody wanted to face us. We were undefeated until we faced the Colones. which are legendary ex-WWE guys and a big legend group in Puerto Rico. We lost to them. That was our first match, and it was for the championship. After that, certain things happened. Company wasn't able to keep going. Laue started up in Puerto Rico, and we just started our singles careers from there. And then I got another partner, which was somebody who I started training with, Mr. Damian Famrier. And with him, actually, I became tag team champions of NWCW. So it's like coming out from the same school together with Gangrel and going through the same things, because he was my first practice match. I got to the school acting like I knew what I was doing, you know. Fake it till you make it. I bullshitted my way through it, you know.
Yeah.
They put me in a match, and they clearly saw that it was my first match. But I got the opportunity to showcase what I was doing instead of waiting 3 months doing roles and stuff, you know. So it was I fake it till you make it.
There you go.
And that made
I
an
have one
impression.
final question.
There, I knew what my level was, and I was just like, all right, now I know where I got to be. Now I know where I'm at. And then now winning the championship with him was awesome.
All right.
I got one final question. Do you enjoy being a heel or the good guy?
Come on, man. What do you think?
The heel. I know I would rather be the heel. I would enjoy being the heel.
I'm whatever you guys want me to be. How about
that?
Hey,
he talking about beating up a man and taking his girl.
Yeah, you a heel.
You a heel.
My man. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. Hey, there's a saying that goes around: common sense ain't that common.
Man. Well, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I have fun. I guess you guys consider me heels. I guess I technically consider myself a heel, but I'm just Papichulo.
So let me ask you a question. I know I had one more question. This is my last one. I thought about this. Have you ever been in a situation in the ring, while performing, and you approach one of the guys' girls, and then did it go left?
Absolutely, all the freaking time. All the freaking time. I got footage of me during the match. He brought his girl out, Mike Orlando, ex NXT guy, came out with his girl. I think it's his wife. You're suicidal. He's a big dude. I'm telling you, 280, 300 easy. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm putting you a little fat over there, buddy. But you're pretty big. You know, he goes out there, and I'm like, I'm running away from him because he's over here angry. But you know, I run into his girl, and it's just like, hey, I kind of like, with all the adrenaline, I grabbed her by the hand and waist and just decided to grab and dance with her right there. And wow, I got a flower and gave it to her. And as soon as I turn around, brother, felt it.
He wasn't having it.
As soon as I turn around, right here, boom.
Yeah.
That was, I felt it. I was like, that was personal.
Yeah, hey man, I agree with him, man. I have to do the same thing, bro. I had to do the same thing, bro.
But I ain't afraid of it, you know. It was my Orlando, but I've done it, and fans get heated too because you know there's some women in the crowd sometimes. Not all the time, because there's some towns in there that have some ugly women, man. I mean, all women are beautiful in their own way, but I don't know. They just don't hold to my standards anymore.
There you go.
So it's
hey, man, how can the how can the people get in contact with you? How can they see you perform, man? Let the people know, man.
Man, their wives are probably checking me out on Instagram, so why can't them? You know, it's El Papichulo PR.
Hey, I'm gonna pray for you, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pray for you, man. You gonna run up on the wrong person. Matter of fact, when I come to Orlando, forget about the invitation. I like you, and I don't want to put them paws on you, man.
Hey, I'm only showing the world what the world showed me.
Yeah. Man.
Except I do it better.
Hey, man, well, thank you for coming on the show, bro. It's been an honor. Good luck on March 6th. Hey, man, let's keep this rolling, man. And congratulations on all your success, man. And hopefully, I know you will. Ain't no hopefully. You going to the WWE, and I can't wait to see you on TV, man.
Hey,
Exactly.
Man, I appreciate it.
You got it.
Greg, Vic West, Excalibur, love you guys. Thank you for having me in the podcast. I appreciate you guys having the sexiest man alive, the best Puerto Rican wrestler of all history here with you guys today. You know, El Papichulo doing his thing, stealing women, enjoying every single bit of life has to offer. You know, it's glorious. It's
Hey, y'all pray for this man. Well, hey, let me tell you something before I go. I just had this conversation with somebody, hell. You know, men go to prison for 2 reasons, right? Money
and women.
And women.
Actually,
hey, so don't be a victim.
For 2 reasons: women and money.
Hey, I'm gonna pray for you, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Y'all take care, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
I see you. Hey, and when you come to Orlando, if you ain't got a wife, I'll hook you up.
I got a wife, but she ain't coming with me because I like her.
Hey, we'll take a trip to Miami. There's a few strip clubs that want to hire.
Oh man, you trying to set me up? Hey, y'all take care, man. Good talking to you, bro.
All right, guys.
Like and subscribe.